What I remember most and love about my mama is her singing. Yes, you can tell what kind of mood mama was in by the tone of song she sings. She felt kind of heavy in her spirit. She'd sing, gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. And if mama was feeling jubilant, you know, she'd sing, what a fellowship, what a joy divine, leaning on the everlasting line. And then, of course, I used to watch mama raising all us kids. Sometimes the weight of the world was on mama's shoulders. And I'd hear her quiet singing. I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. No. Well, I ain't enjoying no why, because I ain't seen any mama singing. My cup won't hold but a pint, and yours hold a quart. Wouldn't you be mean not to let me have my little half measureful? That little man in black there, he says that women can't have much rights as a man, because Christ wasn't no woman. Where did your Christ come from? Where did he come from? From God and a woman. Man had nothing to do with him. Now, if the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, then these women here ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again. And now that they is asking to do it, the men better let them. They got it so good, you know. They got a choice of school. They get to wear what they want to wear. They ain't never been made to give up their seat or sit in the back of the bus. They ain't never been made to go round the back of a restaurant or refuse hotel accommodations. You know, I was so mad. These youngins, they just reaping the benefits of all that we done, and they just throwing it all away. They're taking it for granted. Oh, they made me mad. I mean, ain't no child of mine gonna mock our sacrifices. Because I was out there. I was out there fighting, and I was out there marching. Well, I may not have been marching. Have you ever sent a loved son on vacation and had him return to you in a pine box so horribly beaten and waterlogged that someone has to tell you that this sickening sight is your son, lynched? Those words were like arrows sticking all over my body. My eyes were so full of tears that I couldn't even see. And when I began to make the announcement that Emmett had been found and how he was found, the whole house began to scream and cry. And I knew that this was a load that I was going to have to carry on my own. I wouldn't get any help carrying this load. I could hear this beating and beating. I could hear this beating and crying and beating. I could hear this beating even before I got to the barn. I passed and they still beating. They still beating. J. W. Miller come out, he looked at me, he said, "Did you hear anything?" I saw that that he had on khaki pants and a green nylon shirt and a 45 at his waist, and I said, "No, sir. No, sir, I didn't hear a thing." And Mr. Rayner said to me, he said, "If I was you, I wouldn't look at that body because that body is in such horrible condition." And I turned to him and I looked him in the eyes. I said, "Mr. Rayner, that body is my son, and I want to see my son." I decided then that I would start at his feet and work my way up, gathering strength as I went. I paused at his midsection because I knew that he wouldn't want me looking at him there, but I saw just enough to know that he was still intact. And I moved up and I stopped at his chin, and I was now forced to deal with his face. I sent them down south to visit their cousins and stuff to Little Rock, Arkansas. Now, they were out playing and having a good old time, you see, and they got thirsty. And so they started looking for a water fountain. Oh, they found 2 water fountains. One with this long line and the other one with a little bitty line. And there were 2 signs, one above each one of them. Now, being 5 or 6 years old and being from Detroit at the time, they didn't know nothing about no segregation. So Brenda told her little brother, Butchie, she said, "Butchie, go up there and see what them 2 signs say." But you go up there, and he looked